Hi there, and welcome to this segment of Take 5 with Tony. Now, if you've been staying with me the last few segments, you know that the idea of trickle-down prosperity is part of our story. But as I've thought about and studied the economy more over the years, I've come to believe that really 6 core myths drive the way we think about the economy and the policies that we pursue. So today, I want to talk about one of those myths. First, though, I want to acknowledge that a myth is not entirely wrong. There are truths embedded in any myth, right? The problem with myths are twofold. First, they tend to be no more than half true. And secondly, because they're a myth, we don't think about them, we don't reflect on them, we don't challenge the assumptions underlying them. We just kind of take them for granted. That's the problem. So the first myth of the 6 I want to talk about is this: money equals wealth, and the more we have of it, the better off and the happier we are. Now again, as I said, there's truth to every myth, and there's certainly truth in this myth. I mean, I've lived very close to the financial edge at different parts of my life, and I know that not having enough money to even meet your basic needs is a terrible thing, very stressful. So we're in no way suggesting that money is bad or that we want to glamorize poverty. But there are some core problems with this myth. First of all, money does not equal wealth. Money is a means to acquiring wealth, but wealth, or capital some people would call it, is the kind of thing that we have that allows us to meet our needs, that allows us to create value, to open up new doors and build new opportunities. Land is wealth. Buildings are wealth. Equipment is wealth. New innovations are a form of wealth. But money is not wealth. Money is a means to the end of wealth. And here's the problem. In our modern economy, we have an increasing reliance on what the economists call excess financialization. What that means is too much of the economy is built around and based on Wall Street, the big banks, and what's called the financial services sector. That means that not only are we putting a lot of resources into this fake faux wealth of money, but we're neglecting real wealth, land, and restoring the land that needs to be functioning. Our infrastructure, the American Society of Civil Engineers say that we have trillions of dollars in needs to repair our bridges, our roads, our tunnels, our rail lines. So when we focus too much on money as wealth, we neglect real wealth that can actually make people's lives better. So that's one of the big problems. The other is this. It turns out that up to a point, money does help us secure the kind of life that we need to feel happy and content. But beyond that point, money does not tend to make us happy. In the United States, pollsters have been tracking for over 6 decades what people feel about their happiness, how content they are. And here's an interesting thing. Contentment and happiness in the United States peaked around 1956 or 57. And ever since then, almost 60 years, it's been steadily going down. We're less and less happier, not just during difficult times like now, but even during economic boom times. And other signs of unhappiness, divorce, drug abuse, familial problems, they have tended to increase. In fact, one study looked at children of affluent families in the suburbs, and they compared them with lower income kids in a neighboring urban area. You know what they found? Those affluent kids, higher rates of alcoholism, higher rates of drug abuse, more anxiety, and more depression than the poorer kids. So we know that money doesn't equal happiness. Now, this is all very important to understanding our entire approach to building a strong society and economy, because if our prosperity myth is wrong, if we're too focused on money, both personally and as a society, and if that measurement of success really doesn't build happiness and security and stability, then most of our other economic ideas and policies are probably going to be off base too. We'll be looking at the other 5 myths over time, but I want to start with this to say that there's other kinds of economies emerging, like the bottom-up economy, that seem to offer a much better chance of securing real happiness and real prosperity than money. Thanks so much, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.